Hey, good afternoon. You've got Mike and Kevin with Premier Truck Group of Winnipeg. Congratulations to our long-term partner, Bison Transport, on receiving the first Gen 5 Cascadia in Canada. I'm going to start by talking about some of the chassis features that have changed. We've evolved in our technology and the way we manage things such as airflow and the new technologies and the electrical architecture. So we're going to start with these wheel-well fairings. They reduce the distance between the tire and the hood, again managing airflow. We have this seal, we'll call it, between the hood and the bumper, again keeping air from going under the hood, managing it and pushing it around the truck. This is our most aerodynamic bumper, you can tell by the lower front, but it also has cutouts that help us manage the air and push it in and around the truck. Upgraded headlights, these are heated headlights. It's an automatic feature. It could be on a certain temperature. These will turn on and reduce any ice or snow that accumulate. You'll look at the hood and you'll see that the hood is a little more sloped than it used to be, again, for greater aerodynamics. With the change in the hood, we have a different grille, much larger grille. It sits a little bit lower. One of the more notable features and changes to this truck is the factory installed mirror can system. We'll show you inside the truck how that works, and it allows greater visibility in all weather conditions and all lighting conditions, and is the next step in technology with regards to driver safety systems and that sort of thing. What we can't see on this truck is the changes we've made to the electrical architecture. This allows for greater speeds and communication, greater amounts of communication, the bandwidth, the data transfer for the current technologies, but also for future technologies. We are building the future into these trucks and allows us to adopt technologies that we don't have available yet today. What the mirror cam allows us to do is we can set the end line of the trailer line using the remote control. So we can adjust for different trailer length and different trailer types for the driver's field of view to adjust that. This also adjusts for nighttime, so that it's not quite so bright for the driver. It will not be distracting to the driver. We have the down view camera in the center, which I can tell you from my own experience just recently, bringing the vehicle inside is a huge help when maneuvering in close quarters. The cameras have a hydrophobic coating on them. It's going to be not easy to clean those, so we've used technology that prevents them from getting dirty. Some of the other changes we've made to this truck is we've adapted different aerodynamic covers to the A pillars. Forever having dirt and water come off of the windshield, going right onto the mirrors and right onto the windows has been a real problem for the driver group. And we admit to that, we've seen that, and these wind deflectors we hope are going to improve that. Those in conjunction with the mirror cam should make for a much better driver experience, a much safer driver experience. All right, so let's talk about changes and upgrades to the collision mitigation system. We call it Detroit Assurance, and this is Detroit Assurance 6.0. So with the upgraded electrical architecture that we've integrated into the chassis, that has allowed us to make some improvements to Detroit Assurance. Some of those improvements are with our long-range radar. So now it detects up to 80 objects, and we can do objects in different orientations. We now have higher resolution, more for the stationary targets, and between that and the enhanced camera, now we have greater boundary recognition, so the lines on the road. The addition, we've gone from 3 to 5 sensors. The additional ones are these front 2 short-range sensors underneath each headlight, and these are separate from the headlight. So for accidents or just general repairs, they can be removed separate from the headlights, not an entire unit. On the driver's side, we now have this blind spot trailer turn additional short-range radar. Front guard alert, this one is very important. If you're in a scenario where someone that is shorter than the hood of the truck happens to be in front of the vehicle, not visible by the driver by looking out the front window, they will have an alert on their driver display to show that there is someone in front of the vehicle. An active lane assist too, this is something that's new to this truck and new to Bison Transport. Active lane assist, lane change assist, provides active steering back in the lane when an object is observed. That is an optional item, not something that Bison has used in the past, but something that Bison is trying in this truck. Last thing we're going to talk about with this truck right now is the change that we've made to the braking system. We are now brake by wire with a redundant secondary air system that we're all used to, but now do brake by wire. It's called the Intelligent Braking Control System. So it's just going to allow for smoother braking and ultimately greater brake life. Another change to our safety system is the addition of the electric parking brake with roll-away mitigation. So what's going to happen is if the driver were to open the door without the parking brake being set, it will automatically engage the parking brake. So we won't have any of these parking lot rollaways. And it's an electronic system that no longer has all of the wires and hoses behind the dash. It is now free and allows just less weight and better packaging for our systems moving forward. So if you have any questions, please contact myself or Mike at Premier Truck Group.